What's up, guys? What is the best Android smartphone today? Wait, before you answer that question, is there even such a thing as the best Android smartphone? It seems like when manufacturers start teasing us about new devices, we get all excited and think, oh man, this is it. This is going to have this. This is going to be the best Android smartphone. Then comes the release date and then this happens. If only it had a better camera. If only it had a removable battery. If only it had, and we're just very disappointed. Why is that? Is it just because we have different needs and wants? Or is it because manufacturers don't listen? I'm here to tell you that there's a company out there that claims they have the right formula. They believe they have the blueprint in creating the best, the ultimate Android smartphone that's going to please everyone. This company is called OnePlus and they invited me to their headquarters to show you the manufacturing process of this new phone. I know, if you're thinking I'm going to show you that, unfortunately, due to my scheduling, the fact that I have a newborn, and other things, I wasn't able to make it. I know, I'm kind of bummed about that. I could have been the very first one, or one of the first few people to hold this device. But instead, I want to talk about this company, what they're about, what we know about this phone, and should we get excited? So without further ado, let's get started. Pete Lau, who is a former executive at Oppo, started the company OnePlus with a motto of never settle. You shouldn't have to settle for less. You shouldn't have to compromise. You should be able to have your cake and eat it too, at a price point that's affordable. They're so confident about this new upcoming phone that they're even throwing jabs at companies like Apple, Samsung, Windows, and even the dying BlackBerry, who's barely able to stay alive, couldn't escape the wrath of the OnePlus. A lot of people are actually excited about these little advertisements, little jabs that they're throwing at people. Some actually are getting upset using that same type of advertisement and mocking them, saying, look, you have nothing to show. While everybody else has their phone, where's your phone? So what do we know about this mystery phone? Well, let's talk about what they've released out in the public. Let's talk about the features, and we'll see if these are features to get excited about. First off, let's talk about the processor. 2.3 gigahertz Snapdragon 800 processor with LTE support. Now, a lot of you are asking, well, when this phone gets released, which we know it's going to be in the second quarter, how come it's not going to be using the latest generation? A lot of the reasons they said is because they already have the platform, they're able to optimize everything, and they're confident enough that the experience isn't going to be hindered by the processor. We also know that it's going to be rocking a 5.5-inch display that is said to be as the form factor of a Nexus device. So I have a Nexus phone here, and it'll be rocking a 5.5, I don't even know if that's even possible. 3,100 milliamp battery, which is going to be non-removable, and it's going to have some mystery battery technology. Now, we don't know what this mystery battery technology. We do know that Oppo just came out with a phone called the Find 7 that has an impressive, so they say, nobody's really tested it, charging rate that it believes that can go from 0 to 75 in like 30 minutes. So if you have 0% battery life, you stick it to their proprietary charger, it will charge the phone from 0 to 75% in 30 minutes. So I don't know if that's going to be part of this phone, but I do know that they claim that they have this mystery battery technology that's going to last all day. And they're very confident about the all-day thing. Again, no compromises, never settle. Now, because this is a non-removable battery, one thing that we did find out just recently is that you are able to customize the back cover of the phone. So in case you damage or ding it, the back cover will be removable, not so that it'll have access to the battery, but in case you damage it, or if you want to change, let's say the color, they're going to have like wood, typical Moto X style per se, more of that customization, you will be able to do that. Now this will be running CyanogenMod, which is actually a good thing. It won't have any type of, let's just say, TouchWiz or Color ROM. It's something that most people are familiar with in the geek community. Now, outside the geek community, it'll just be more like a stock Android style experience. One other thing that we know is that it will have touchless control similar to like the Moto X. They're going to be using, or going to be taking advantage of that Snapdragon 800 always listening, and are going to be putting that with Cyanogen mods, custom coding, and as a matter of fact, they even have a poll going on the forum saying what should be the hot word. So currently, you know, OK Google was the Moto X, or OK Google now was the hot word for the Moto X. So they're saying what should be the hot word, where you can go over there and vote for yourself. In the camera department, it's going to be rocking a 13 megapixel Sony Explorer camera with an f2.0 aperture, so you're going to get really great low light performance. It's also going to be able to shoot in 4K video. Now, 4K video, we don't know if it's going to be at 15 frames per second. So if it's anything above 24 frames per second, it's definitely going to be really usable in terms of what you can do with that video. It's also going to be able to shoot at slow motion, 120 frames per second at 720p. So that'll be really good here. Now, all of this sounds really good of what we know so far, and at what price point? Pete Lau said the phone is going to be under $500. Now, when he meant $500, everybody was saying like, oh, $499, $499. But then he went back and said, when I meant under $500, I didn't mean $499, I meant under $400. So now everybody's saying, what, $399? Despite this puts it in Nexus territory, which should be very impressive if this phone ends up being what they're saying it's going to be. So let me know your thoughts on this mystery phone. Do you guys believe that this new company is going to deliver on the ultimate Android experience? Or do you think it's just going to be like every other manufacturer out there that's just teasing, and then when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, they're writing checks that they can't cash? So I want to see your guys' comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what the ideal phone for you would be. Give me some specs. Let's see if they're actually looking at this video and if it's on par of what they're going to be releasing. Like I said before, we all have different needs and wants. So maybe they are able to deliver a phone that is sort of like the middle ground of a perfect smartphone, if there is even such a thing. Anyhow, guys, it was a pleasure. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Reshare this with your friends, family, whoever you like, your enemies. It doesn't matter. You guys are awesome. Virtual thumbs up and high five to all of you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Adios.